Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I need you all to relax and watch this makeup process. So I'm using the Blossom micellar water to cleanse every dirt and excess oil on our face. Then I'm using the Kiss Beauty setting spray to just awaken our skin, because I'm going to be feeding our skin. Next was the Cosrx hydrating serum. Then I went with the Blossom moisturizer. This moisturizer is an OG. Like, this is so good. You can see the glow. So I'm using it to moisturize our face and all. Then next was the Cosrx hydrating cream. I'm just trying to make sure that I feed our skin so that whatever I'm going to be putting after the skin prep will just go well. The next thing was using my Meron toner to lock in every sweat, because this toner is very good for sweat block. So this helps to eliminate excess oil. The next was to use my Rimmel primer. This is a mattifying primer, so she's gonna be like working so hard to this day, so I decided to apply it not only on the T-zone but also on her cheek. So I also went with using the Avon primer to also mattify her face. Then I used the CeraVe eye cream to moisturize her under eyes. Next, I can't remember the product I used, but yes, I am going to write it in the description box. Then to lock in everything I've prepped, I had to go with the Juba setting spray to lock in our skin prep. The next was using my foundation from Blossom Cosmetics. This foundation is very, very good, super blendable. The longevity is just there. The skin tone, it doesn't give this yellowish skin tone. So good, and soft matte. So you can actually use your brush or your blending powder or your blending puff, so whichever one works for you. Now I am done. I decided to lock the foundation with my setting spray from Miss Metis. The next was using the LA Gear illuminating foundation to contour our cheekbones, and that's it. For the blush, I took a deep color on the Blossom palette to add more color on her cheek. To highlight her face, I am going with the Blossom concealer and the Yanga Beauty concealer. I am going to write the shades down in the description box. Now, I like starting to blend my highlighted area from the jaw, then followed by the nose, then the forehead, because I always like my under eyes to have coverage. So I always like to start from the jaw, so that before I come to the under eyes, the concealer already has given more coverage. So whenever I'm blending, it's giving me this wow look. So to contour her nose, I'm using the same shade I used to contour her cheekbone to contour her nose. So you want to blend everything and snatch that nose. Yes, snatch it. Snatch the nose. So this is when I am actually snatching the nose. Then you need to blend to avoid harsh lines. To set her under eyes, I am using the Cindy's setting powder to set that. Newborn setting powder to set that under eyes. I'm sorry if I'm making mistake on the products, but everything will be in the description box. But I am using the newborn setting powder to set our under eyes. Now, the next thing you want to do is to lock in your setting powder with a compact powder, because your setting powder cannot stand alone. So you need to lock that setting powder in with a compact powder. Now, the next thing, I had to use a color of powder to set her face. So next was to contour her face. I am contouring using a palette by Annie's Beauty Meets the Brown. That palette is so versatile that you can use it to contour, for your eyeshadow and all. So yeah, so I'm using it to contour her face, her cheekbones. For her blush, I started with using the Annie's Beauty blush, Cheek Orgasm, to blush her cheeks. So yeah, you can see how popping it is. That palette is so pigmented. Next was to lock in everything by setting her face. And I used the Miss Mexi setting spray to set her face. You can see the next thing I am doing, I'm taming her brow. I used the Dammel brow tamer to tame her brow. I'm about to do her eyeshadow, so I really wanted to bake her eyes so that any fallout, the baking powder will be able to catch any fallout to prevent the face from, roughness. Yes, so I didn't go with the usual white primer, so I went with a gel brown liner as a base before applying the eyeshadow, because I want to do something like a gold smoky look on her face. So yeah, for the eyeshadow, I am using the Annie's Beauty eyeshadow. You want to blend that under your eyes. You want to blend the eyeshadows properly. You don't want to leave any harsh line. So I am lining with the Healer gel liner. That eyeliner, I love. I live for it, in fact. Super black, it doesn't dry up. So yeah, if you're looking for a good gel liner, go for the Healer. If you cannot be able to afford, what's this product again? Can't remember. So yeah, for the pigments, I am using the white glam pigment on sequin, I think. So I'm using it on our eyes. You can see how lifted these eyes are looking, right? So yeah, so before you apply your pigment, make sure that you use a glue. I'm using NYX glue before applying the pigment on our eyes. I'm still using the Tehila black gel liner to line our upper eyes. So yeah, for our brows, I am using the Davis pencil to give a light strokes. For your brows, just follow the hairlines. Don't do too much. Just follow the hairlines, trace it, put it to the end of, make sure that it gets to the end of your eyelashes, your brows, and then highlight it, and you're good to go. So yeah, for our brows, I'm using the Davis pencil on the shade 03. And now I'm going to be highlighting an eyebrow with the Blossom concealer. You don't want to use a very bright concealer to highlight her under eyes. You just need something like maybe a shade lighter than her skin tone, and yeah, you're good to go. Then I'm also going to line and correct our upper brows, and I'll do the same thing at the next brows. Just correct whatever you need to correct on the brows and do the same thing on the upper brows, and voila, your brows are ready. So for the eyelash that I used, I think I used Wink Beauty eyelashes on her eyes. Yeah. So yeah, once you're done, you want to blend out the whole baked powder out. Please don't apply pressure. Very light. If you know you cannot do that way, just take your blending puff and just tap 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 tap. To line a lip, I'm using the Mario Code lip liner to line a lip. And also to further add more depth on the lips, I decided to add the Avoir lip stain on the shade, I guess 48. I just wanted to add more depth on our lips. So yeah, you can see how it is now. I'm going to get another color to apply on our middle lip. So yeah, for our middle lip, I'm using the So Pro lipstick on the shade Omo on our lips. You can see how beautiful this lips has become. Now, don't think I'm going to leave it like that. I am glossing it, and I'm using the So Pro lip gloss on the shade Clear to gloss our lip. And look at how beautiful she's looking. Look at how gorgeous she's looking. I don't know, have you subscribed to my channel? What are you waiting for? Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I need you all to join me as we grow this community. So yeah, I want to melt down every powder, every excess powder, and all to make it look natural. I went with using the setting spray to set everything and melt down all the powdery effects on the face. Then I added more glow using the Mismetics Glow Balm. Then to lock in the makeup, I used the Silver Mark finishing spray to lock in our makeup. For our mascara, I think it's the Elegant mascara I used. And voila, this is the final look. Look at how gorgeous she is looking. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys and see you next time in my video. Bye.